Today is September 16th. The Yankees are on the road. Boone is calling into the show. We are chatting with him about the Yanks. Let's talk Yanks. Go Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. Producer BBD in the chair. Manager Aaron Boone will be joining us soon as we chat with him about the Yankees. Coming off a bad loss, Jake, but a good road trip, a good 12 games, whatever. How are you?
James, Davis, everyone tuning in. I'm okay. It's September 16th. Factual to start. And yeah, it's last night's. We got through Faux Row Part 2. What do they call it? The
defining dozen.
Defining dozen.
Yeah,
Wow.
I should give credit to whoever said that, but
Figure it out. AI, that's what you like.
Yankees.
Like last night was what it was, and we, our Uncle Yankee takes were coming out a little bit that we were like, these Yankees after a bad travel really seem to have a bad time, which is kind of fair. All of us have a bad time after bad travel. Let's bounce back in the rest of these Twins games because the wild card is, when I look at the standings every day, I feel blindsided. There's times that I'm like, oh, the Yankees are up 3 games and they're going to be the top wild card seed. I looked at it today and I was like, are the Yankees still fighting for the playoffs? I think they're 4 up on the Guardians to be in the dance. So, I don't know. We made it through the tough stretch. We have to keep going. I would really like home field. One of my most angsty Yankees feelings over the past Talkin' Yanks history was them losing the home wild card game to Boston to have Giancarlo hit 2 balls into the monster. That could have changed the outlook of the season. So, whatever. That team wasn't it. Last night was what it was. Almost like Yankee fans needed an off day. And that's kind of what it felt like.
Yesterday?
A little bit.
It did feel like an off day, but then they lost, and then I ignoring it. Boonie's on the show, and tried to ask him some questions. Also, don't know if we're talking to him next week, so tried to ask some other questions. He a little under the weather.
Yeah. A little under the weather in an 87-degree Minnesota, which you don't see that in September a lot. I think, being honest with the people, a lot of it's, ironically, right in front of us, where it's like, okay, let's get the Volpe injury update, or what's your guys' pulse on that, or fake pulse on that. And then, there's a lot of postseason questions that we don't have answers to. Like, if the Yankees are playing at Fenway or New York, that matters. If the Yankees are going to Seattle, that matters. So, I don't know. We had some light farted fun.
It was light farted.
Because we went 7-5 through Faux Row. But also, I don't know. I asked a question that he said he couldn't answer that.
Wow. And I asked one, I guaranteed an answer, and he answered it. And after the banter, we will dissect it. And then I have a ton of fun facts for you guys about September 16th in Yankees history. Just chock full of fun facts. So today's Bantering with Boone is presented by T-Mobile. Based on hundreds of millions of real-world tests, the experts at Ookla Speed Test have spoken. T-Mobile is now the best mobile network in America. You can use it to keep up on all the action from the ballpark to the back country. In the woods, maybe? If you're watching the Yankees games in the woods on your T-Mobile phone, take a selfie and show us. I am interested in that. Maybe. So this weekend, I was with the kids running around doing a ton of stuff, and I was able to watch the game. What did I do this weekend? I don't know. Went to the park. and I watch the Yanks on my phone. So whether you're streaming the game out and about, checking stats on the road, or experiencing ballpark perks with Magenta Status, you're ready to stay connected wherever your fandom takes you. Head on over to T-Mobile.com/network to switch to the best network. Welcome back to another Bantering with Boone. Boone joining us from Minnesota after a rough game one, but a good, before we get to the rough game one in the future, the 12 games, one of the reporters called it the defining dozen. You end up 7-5. You win 3 of the 4 series. Are you happy with that result? Do you walk away satisfied?
I don't know. I don't really look at it that way. You guys talked to me through rough times and good times. So it's like, you know what? I feel like we have that chance to be an awesome team still. So it's like, it's on to the next. It's like, yeah, I guess if you're asking me, like, great, you know, played some tough teams, played pretty well. We're doing some good things. You know, still got to get everyone going and clicking at the right time. So it's like, you're just kind of obsessed with this series now and Minnesota tonight and Zebby Matthews and onward.
Glad we can be there for your tough times. This is the last road trip of the year. Are you feeling the end of year a little bit? Like not to flex, the Padres radio booth was in our office yesterday, and it's weird, man. It's second half of September. Like the season ends in September. How are you feeling on the whole?
Yeah. I mean, it's always a grind. This year, maybe more than some. But it also seems to go fast and you get here. And I always say, like, before I know it, like, it always hockey preseason games sneak up on me like, wow, it's hockey season again already. So it moves fast. It's a grind when you're in it. And, you know, we're obviously at an exciting time of the year, though, where there is a lot at stake every day, which is what you go to spring training for, hoping that this time of year brings that. And, you know, we have a chance to hopefully get in and play October baseball.
Jazz mentioned in one of his post-game interviews, Jazz mentioned that the fellas did get together outside of the stadium, like not clubhouse or I don't know where they were, someone's house or the hotel, but he said it was special because we all got together and we weren't in our normal place and had a little like reflection or talking about their at-bats and their time together. Like he didn't paint it as a players meeting, but he did say it helped galvanize them. And I think someone else gave insight that it was before the Houston series. Do you have any knowledge of that, or can you paint that picture for us clear? Or do you know anything?
No, I'm not going to paint anything more clear.
Did you get a penguin?
Jazz likes to throw stuff around and shoot from the hip a little bit. These guys are very close, obviously, and there's so many moments that you spend together as a team during the year that, you know, it is like family. Like it's home away from home, and you know, whether it's at the field, the many hours you spend together preparing and, you know, getting ready to go to the post, whether it's in hotels, on planes, on buses, you know, at home, going to different events or dinners or things like that. So you're together all the time, and you're, you know, these guys, you know, Judgy does a great job of like keeping these guys close and together and communicating with one another. So things are like that are happening all the time.
Can I ask you a question that is an oddball one? What's the most oddball couple? If you were to see two teammates just like walking into the building together, like getting out of the same car, and you'd be like, "You two,
buddy cop,
we're hanging out." What's your favorite odd pairing you could come up with between the players?
I feel like this came up a few years ago. We had something, and a coach said so and so and so and so walked out of the dinner together laughing. I was like, interesting.
What if it was like Fernando Cruz and Volpe? Is that an odd couple, or are they friendly with everyone? I'm trying to think. Picture bullpen and
I can envision
player.
that Fernando with anyone.
Okay.
You wouldn't be surprised just because he's so. I don't know. He's so good with everyone.
Okay.
We'll let
if
you
it comes to
it.
you, let us know.
What
All right.
How's Volpe doing? How's the shoulder? We saw him get his first game action last night. Are we going to get him a start soon, or where's he at?
Yeah, he's doing well. So the last day in Boston, he took some swings, but I was still, like I would have used him, but the trainer still didn't want him to hit in the game, so it was more just like a pinch running, more emergency situation. Still, yesterday he was fully available. Hit again. Seems to be going well. So, yeah, he'll get in there.
Not tonight.
Yeah, probably get him in there tonight.
Okay.
Cool thing about this time of year is milestones, records. Judge, obviously, we saw him chasing down the Yankees list, but Jazz is doing some phenomenal things, and now like you get to look at him. He's a home run shy of going 30 for 30, and that would be the first time a Yankee.
I think it's 30-30.
Yeah, it is.
30,
Yeah, it is.
That's ESPN brain. Just the documentaries.
Your former company.
That's right.
Comment? Okay.
Okay. 30-30. Who's on the list? It's since Alfonso Soriano and then Bobby Bonds. Like kind of wild names. And he also played 162 for the Yankees now over the 2 years. Yep. And the first guy to hit 40 plus home runs in his first 162 games since Judge. That was the last guy to do it. You just don't think of Jazz as a slugger compared to those guys, but he's really been rather impressive.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, to think about closing in on 30-30 right now, missing a month,
Yeah.
missing a month. And then the month, 3-4 weeks when he came back, he wasn't running. So, he is a special athlete, special talent. I feel like really has moved the needle, at bat wise, like with his ability to get on base and control the zone a little bit more. It's come with some angst because there's when they miss a call on him, he doesn't always handle it the best. But I feel like his at bat quality and consistency is better. When we got him, he had never got on base a lot. Showed the power, showed the speed, showed the promise. But I feel like he's becoming a better player as we go, and it's he's got to keep going because he can do a lot of things in this game, but he got to keep getting better.
This quote that he said about playing at 70% when he came back at 70%, I'm one of the best out there. At 100%, I might be dog shit. I mean, it's been 3 months and his swing still reflects this sentiment and awakening. Some of his swings just look so easy, especially going the other way when the situation presents itself. He's been a blast. I just looked at your baseball reference. In 2002, you had 32 stolen bases, 26 home runs. Were you aware of that? It looks like 6 games to get 4 homers. Were you aware of that at that time? Do you remember this?
I don't think I hit a lot of homers in September, so I was in position to do it. I remember, and I only hit a couple homers in September.
You hit 3, but 2 of them came at the very end, like the last road trip.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember being aware of it and wow, that'd be pretty cool.
Why didn't you hit more home runs that year?
I don't know. I just, felt like, I didn't want all the attention, so I backed off a little bit.
I get that.
I wanted to be in the 26-30 club.
Hey, congrats.
Might be more rare. That specific. You had a 1-3 homer game.
Hey.
1?
Well, in 2002.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've got excuse me. I've got a little bit of an open-ended one that I think is going to lead into one of Jimmy's favorite players on the team. Maybe his only favorite player on the team. Are there any boxes you're looking to check the rest of the way? And that could be a broad question or it could be individual. But I guess, as we have a week and a half left, essentially a regular season, I guess what are you looking for in this final, 11-day stretch?
Yeah. just, you're always trying to find that consistency with everyone. And, that's individuals and then obviously then as a team. So I feel like we have a lot of guys in a really good place. I feel like we're, knock on wood, fairly healthy this time of year, which is why I'm optimistic and excited. I feel like we have our chance to have our best baseball still. And I feel like a lot of guys are playing really well. I feel like, the way Aaron's been swinging the last week, I feel like, we had a tough one a little bit in the pen, obviously, last night, but I feel like, man, you can see it. You can see, how good the pen can be. And a number of those guys, I feel like, are throwing the ball really, really well. But it's about bringing it together at that right time and being able to win critical games.
Factor. Fall always feels like a reset between the back to school, busier routines, and the shorter days. Finding time to cook can be tough. That's why we love Factor. Their chef-prepped, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. Choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. Enjoy more GLP-1 friendly meals like the new Mediterranean diet options packed with protein and good-for-you fat. And for the first time, try their Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. From more choices to better nutrition, that's why 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. Feel the difference no matter your routine. Eat smart at factormeals.com/Yanks50off. Use code Yanks50off to get 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code Yanks50off at factormeals.com. 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
My guy, Luke Weaver, is going through a rough stretch. What's I'm coming to you as like almost a concerned parent, like, hey, what are we going to do to help him out here? Because it's tough. And I am confused. Like, well, if I dissect it, it seems like he's missing his spots. The velo's there.
A little bit. Yeah.
The change-up movement's there.
Look, I felt like he was a little off last night, obviously. You don't see him walk a couple guys. He loses Julian on 4 pitches ahead of Buxton. But the time before against Boston, in the biggest spots, a couple guys on, game in the balance, boom, 2 big punch outs, electric, getting after it. The time before, I had to bring him in a situation he shouldn't have been in when we're getting blown out of Detroit, and he had to pitch that last inning, ends up giving up a few runs. So
yeah, that one doesn't scare me because we've seen he feeds off the crowd. He even talked about that at Fenway, but also he was just throwing fastballs to get through that game. I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. Like, it just seemed like it's a blowout.
So I feel like his stuff is where it needs to be. Obviously last night a little bit off, but even to start that inning, he's 2 strikes with Larnack. I haven't looked at the pitch, just judging from what I saw from the side. Like, gets in there, he kind of fights it off and dumps a double down the right field line, and then
that was a nice pitch. He actually hit his spot pretty nicely.
Yeah,
I thought.
it's like,
up and
then all of a sudden now you give up a run, and so yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't a great outing for him, but I feel like stuff-wise, the consistency of the velocity and the profile of everything is there, and I trust Luke, like in the biggest spots, like he's gonna be Luke. So
it's not an issue of. Or it's pitch through it. Like, there's not, I thought if a guy's missing location, maybe that could lead to, you could diagnose as fatigue in a way and give a little more extra rest so he's ready to go in, 2 weeks. But it seems more like you're just pitch through it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these games are big. I mean, we're trying, the biggest thing is trying to get these guys in spots where they have the chance to be the most successful. So, again, I still feel like, we have a chance to have our pen being its best at the right time, and that's what we're shooting for, and that's what we're trying to work towards.
I have diagnosed Max Fried struggles in the middle of the year with incredible analysis that is backed by no one, but I do think there might be something to it. He became a strikeout pitcher. His own words was like, the cutter usage is up. I want to strike everyone out. And you can really see that when Cabby went down before McMahon came, and that stretch when the third base play and the infield defense was very much struggling. Even Volpe was at his worst stretch. Jazz was over there. That's when he changed his pitch mix. If you look at the game log, subconsciously to trying to strike everyone out. And then you hear him say now, like, hey, McMahon's kind of my best friend over there. I can pitch a contact again. Think there's anything to my theory there that, he's got a comfort of Volpe turning it around defensively, McMahon turning around and being like, use these guys again?
There may be a little comfort of that, but I would guess that Peraza was behind him a lot of those times, and he was playing a pretty good third base. So I think it was just really just being a little bit searching for it out there, getting a little bit boxed in with the cutter, and really just making sure he opened his arsenal back up. Because, again, I always think of Max, what makes him so good, he's got so many plus pitches, and that hard to really get a beat on and track because he can sinker you down in a way, and I'm talking just to a righty now. Change up, cutter, four-seamer, sweeper, and curveball. And it's like all of them are really useful pitches for him. And I think he got back to really being committed to trusting his entire arsenal. And he's flourished really since.
Faced all righties against Boston. And I feel like Rodon has, there was a stat a while ago, I haven't checked in on it, that he has faced the most righties out of any lefty pitcher. Like they just really stack him. Rodon and Fried faced all 9 against Boston. If you were to get into a 3-game series with a team that had a bunch of righties like that, would you want to split up the lefty pitchers, or are these two guys your top 2?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what we do in a 3-gamer yet. It still feels a ways away, and we got so much to play for still. So, not necessarily want to split them up, but it wouldn't rule anything out. And I think a lot of that of them facing so many righties is, some of the teams that we face, especially in our division, you think of Baltimore overall, Boston, Toronto, and to a degree, even Tampa, they're so platoon built where they play that left-right game. They don't have the staple couple of guys that are just a lock to be in there against a lefty. They play that platoon game, and it happens to be in our division with in Carlos' case is a guy that's I'm sure near the top of the league in innings pitched, so he's faced a lot of batters.
Yeah.
For Judgy this weekend in Fenway, he doesn't play right field or the outfield. He DHs throughout. I'm guessing massive right field, protect the arm. Was that a day-to-day decision, or what ended up making those final decisions? And how much did left field come into play? Because I know Judgy hasn't played a ton out there, but
yeah,
walk us through.
Yeah, it was in play. It really came down to how the week unfolded. So we played Detroit at home, obviously. So I played Judge on the bookend. It kind of lined up to where he bookended the Detroit series. So he played that last day at home in right field against Detroit. And we're in this stretch of 13, and we're getting in the middle of the night. So I'm trying to be mindful of all that stuff, especially like with G and Judgy, all right, DH day. He was coming out of home. So I knew I was going to DH him that first day and play Giancarlo in left against Giolito, very neutral. And then with the kind of day game the next day off a middle of the night get in, Bayo, I knew that was probably a spot where I wanted to get Dominguez in. So once I decided to do that after Friday night in Boston, I was going to give G a day and play Dominguez. So then I played, that allowed me to DH Judge again. And then the Sunday, now I'm back to that Monday here at Target Field, getting in the middle of the night. I'm like, all right, let me go I'll just go G again and left, and that way Judge can play right in Minnesota that first game, and then I have him in right again tonight.
Nice. You went on a stretch after the Schlittler tough start against Toronto of the starting pitchers really giving you innings, which helped the bullpen finally get some rest. Well, I guess in Detroit the bullpen got overused, but that was their own doing. The starters did really good. I'm going to pivot my question. The Yankees this year, every year a team has kind of a calling card, good, bad, whatever. I've never seen what the Yankees are, what you guys are bringing to the table this year, which is just a devastating inning. Like that's you win 8 of the innings, but one of them is going to be just a lot going on, and it's odd that it happens. It's like it's different. I guess I've never had it before, but it does feel like things snowball. I was very proud of Luis Heel when he went walk, wild pitch, walk, balk. It was like, oh no, here's one of these 2025 Yankees brutal like innings where it's just like this.
I'll tell you what, Heel's done a good job with that, where, I feel like his last start at Fenway was probably his best. It's the first time where like the stuff kind of synced up with some control and getting into a rhythm. And I felt like for 3 or 4 innings, it was like, man, that's really good. There's Luis. He's, he ends up having a few walks still as that, but I feel like the stuff and the strike throwing was better for an extended period. But the one thing Louis done, he meant walk, wild pitch, like he's held the line in every start, even when it seemed like a struggle. So that's good. And hopefully we can get him, continue to build off the last one and stack a few here in a row, really good ones to where, he's feeling it.
Boone, we've become very close friends.
Of course.
And there was a funny stretch, I think it was the beginning of last year, that we were prefacing our questions and we're like, I don't think you're going to answer this one. And you kind of called us out, like, ask the bleeping question and I'll figure it out. I think I have one for you that I don't think you're going to answer, but I'm interested.
Okay.
Luis Heel versus Cam Schlittler, both talented young righties. With the postseason coming up, what's that?
To be determined.
Who do you think would profile as a better relief pitcher in the playoffs?
Good question.
Thank you.
It's a good question.
Can we ask if that is an option that one of the starters you will look to help in the pen in the postseason? I mean, it's common.
Yeah, I mean, if we're in a wild card series, absolutely.
Jake asked you last week if you believed in effectively wild, and then after Luis Heel's start in your post-game comments, you said he was effectively wild. So
look at us.
Yeah.
So I think he put it in your brain.
I think there's a level of that. Take last start out, but the starts before that, where in my view he was scuffling a little bit still, even though the results were really good. But I do think there's a little something to he's kind of spraying it enough, but to where there's some effectiveness to that. But it's a dangerous way to live. Like I think Max can be that way.
Yeah.
Now I've got a question that
one off the backstop and then,
he did
then dodge it up.
He did throw. Yeah, hit the mascot every now and then. That's just good catching.
Yeah.
I've got a question I can guarantee you're going to answer.
Nice.
Luis Heel, Blackburn, Max Fried, Luke Weaver all had velocities 1.5 to 2 miles per hour faster than their average. Do you think that was adrenaline, or do you think we had a hot gun situation in Boston?
No, I just think that was no, I don't think it was hot gun.
Okay. Need to answer that. Anything this wild card is crazy. This wild card's crazy. Like Girardi talked about watching the scoreboard last night on the broadcast, and he said the same thing that you say. I watch it from day one. Like I'm always in tune with what was going on. Are you guys like nudging each other when you see, the panels change or the scores flicker? Like, you're up on Boston game and a half. They're up on Houston. Seattle's close. Like, how does that, I know it's almost, there's so many options still that you guys have to put the dam up and just say, can't think about it. Is there like one guy whose job it is to track it?
It doesn't affect anything. Like, just some stadiums have it more readily right there, so I always do it. And sometimes in a game, I may comment on like, whoa, did you see so-and-so scored 5 in the first and now they're down 7? Like, so you watch it like that.
Well, the standings now, would it, safe to assume you'd be treating things differently if you were 4 games up in the top wild card spot versus, game and a half, right? With 10 games to go or 11 games to go, whatever it is.
I don't know about treating it different. Like, I don't think that has any effect on today's game. Like, I'm going to do it different or, like,
yeah, I guess it would still be next week.
I guess there's a point that you get to that maybe there's a decision here or there, but like, we're going there today and like gonna all in to try and win. Like,
yeah, we're not talking to you next week, so I wanted to try and ask a question about what would be questions further down. So last one for me, and majority of teams value the starting pitcher over the venue. If it comes down to it, last game of the season, the top seed is up for grabs. It's going to be a home game or you're going to go on the road. What do you value there? Like, would you start Fried or Rodon, or would you save them? Girardi very much said, no way I would start. I'm going to save it. I want my starting pitcher more than I want the venue.
Yeah, Michael asked me that yesterday. Yeah, no, I'm not going to, as much as obviously you want to be at home, like, you're not going to throw Max in a game that isn't deciding whether you're in the playoffs or not.
Nice.
For a home field situation.
I just needed that because I'm going to take it to the league when I tell them that no one gives a crap about the 3 wild cards and it's a boring end of season product for the fans. Like, I want more stakes so teams are taking those games. I'm not mad at the managers at all. I just want the league to implement more drama down the stretch.
Why are you mad at me?
I'm not mad. Did you hear you watched my 20-minute video on realignment, I'm sure, and you agree? Everyone agrees. You'd like it. Everyone that is a player likes it because I'm giving you an off day every week.
I like that.
See?
Every Monday, yeah.
NL's off every Monday. AL's off every Thursday. All teams play every weekend. Boom. Now you're not going to play through slop and rain because you'll have off days.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Jimmy's going to show you his underwear because he is wearing Skims. That's right. Comfort where it matters most. Your underwear. Skims, the brand known for revolutionizing shapewear, has now launched a line of men's underwear that's about to change your daily routine because they got options, people. Stretch, perfect fit that moves with you. Yep. Cotton, the blend provides lasting comfort for everyday wear, and they have Sport 2, some of that wicking stuff that goes on. So, Skims has you covered for whatever you like on your downstairs because everyone likes different things down there. Shop Skims at skims.com. Let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey. Select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
Thanks, Skims.
Skims. Funniest thing Brad's done in the last month.
Thinking.
He does this thing really well. Like, say a pitcher's name is Mike Zimmerman.
Sure.
He'll say, "Oh, this is Jordan Zimmerman's little brother," and I'll go, "Really?" He'll go, "I don't know."
Okay.
I love that's fibbing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
It's a good fib.
Just a tasteful half lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you correct it right away. I open the show with lies. Our audience hates it. But I correct it in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, trivia.
Hey, trivia will get you out of here, Booney. Trivia is presented by T-Mobile. Get the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile. We covered a little bit of this. Jazz hit his 40th home run in his 162nd career game as a Yankee. Who are the other 5 players to hit 40 homers in their first 162 games in pinstripes? We turned the knob up a little bit.
I gave you 1 or 2. I didn't know this was the trivia
I
question.
would say
What a perfect
A-Rod.
Not A-Rod. Wow. I get
All right. Giambi.
Jason Giambi. Yes.
Judge.
Aaron Judge. Yep.
Ruth.
Ruth. Yep.
He was the first.
You got one more legend and one more recent.
Oh, there's 5?
There's
Yeah.
5.
One more legend and one more. Mantle.
Other M.
Maris.
Yeah. Raj. That's what I call
And then
him.
one more recent.
Yeah, still active. Teddy Bear.
Gary Sanchez.
El Kraken. Gary. Pretty wild list. And Jazz joining that, as you guys talked before. A lot of those other guys have a lot more beef to them.
Yeah.
I don't know where Jazz gets it.
I just
all
checked
right,
the
man.
books. Rod was about 5 games late.
Wow.
Ooh,
It's
tough
close.
break.
Well, when will we see you? I guess we got to figure that out.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
All right, go win them all.
Word. Take care, Blanches.
See you, Booney.
This episode is sponsored by DraftKings. Your season, your shot. NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to payout with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And right now, if you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets. That's pretty nice. But also $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code JMBaseball. That's code JMBaseball to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet, and the $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
There you have it. That was manager Aaron Boone chatting with us about the Yankees. Signed off on my expansion and realignment and reformatting plan. I've gotten him to sign off on a lot of things on this show unknowingly or half knowingly. So that was nice.
That's the whole reason we do it.
Volpe's at shortstop today.
Yeah, he still phrased it a little weird, but yeah.
He was very hesitant to say it.
He's been really good with telling us the lineup this year. I've raised the bar, Jake. But yeah, like he used to do that dance with us, and now this year he's been like, no, Ricey's
he's
in
in
playing fifth. And today
he
was
slow played it. Like he made you ask about it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the way I interpreted it was like he's probably about to have like the final conversation with Volpe like in the next
Yeah,
hour
maybe
or
Volpe
so,
doesn't
be
know
like,
or something, so he's hesitant.
see how he feels next day.
I want to get him in there. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? I'm for getting him in. Not because Caballero made some misplays in the field, because that's what they like. When Volpe was a starter, I wanted them to get the other guy in more.
Right.
Like you have players, keep them fresh,
Right.
do this thing. So I'm for that.
And I mean, 286, 407, 408, you know?
Exactly. That's crazy.
Is that right?
I've incepted you.
Did I get it right?
Enough.
The 407, 408. I keep forgetting which. The next one is up one number.
I'm not positive on any of them, but I'm 95% we're close. 287, 407, 408. I think it is that.
You just raised it. 286, 407, 408. I had it.
287, I said.
Yeah.
Well, I'm being hopeful.
Yeah.
He was not going to answer your question about Heel or Schlittler.
I'll say something.
But he did say that, one of them is going to go to the bullpen, which is, I can't deny that.
Little bit of word vomit on Judge not playing outfield at Fenway.
I got so lost.
I know.
Dude.
I saw
you
your
could
face.
probably,
Yeah.
I was trying to keep track. He was basically reading us like a captain's log of travel.
Yeah.
It was like, we get in here late here, and then we get in there late there.
He gave us 2 travel itineraries
Yeah.
from the Yankees to New York and then New York to Minnesota, which that took the bookend games, and then it was a Dominguez thing in the middle, which is all floofy because you'd like to have Judge in the outfield.
Their travel schedule has been brutal, but yeah, I got very lost. Like one of the old movies I liked called Cheaters, I think. It's about a bunch of high school kids who cheat on a test. I quote it a lot. They get in trouble, and he says, hey, the bullshit is in the details. As long as you give details, they won't, like it's too much bullshit to weed through. Which is, not, I don't know if I'm calling what Boone said bullshit, but you give enough details, eventually my brain turned off.
Yeah. It's a tricky. You do like that quote, but you love details.
Yeah, but when you ask someone a straight up thing and they're like giving you a bunch of other...
Right. 2 travel plans.
2 travel
when you didn't play your best player in the outfield where he normally plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were protecting him in the massive right field.
You think there should be a nickname about the Yankees like the Grapevine because they all whisper to each other after every at-bat?
I wanted to ask Boone.
Like, we should do a montage. Okay, editing team or future intern, go find all the clips where a batter gets a hit or strikes out and then whispers to the next batter. It's every game. And play, heard it through the grapevine. Honey. And then on the honey, honey beat, that's where it would be
honey.
Boom, boom. Like, that would be the homers. And then it would be fine.
I'd watch that.
Honey, honey. And then whispering, heard it through the grapevine. Boom,
They'll have
boom.
a tip in one of the wild card games. Nope.
Yes,
not
they
great.
will.
What was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to ask him, Yankee Stadium gets so much crap for its dimensions. Why doesn't Fenway get more commentary? So I missed
Want to know why? Because I love Fenway's dimensions. They're fun.
It's
and
fun.
Like all baseball parks should have quirks. Bring back the hill.
Well, I think
in
the other
Houston.
problem is the Yankees used to win so much that people needed like an excuse.
Yeah. People hate the Yankees. But it is wild that it like the short porch gets as much hate as it does
Right.
when Fenway has a carnival for an outfield fence.
Philly has like 2 short porches.
Yeah, you got
Now we're just attacking everyone.
But I like all of that. Like I don't
Yes.
want the cookie cutter stadiums. I want every stadium to have nooks and crannies.
I agree with me.
I think there should be a 10-year period where if you maybe not 10 years, but where if you change your dimensions, and Boone signed off on that.
Yeah, you got him to sign off.
You
on
signed
that
off on
earlier
that
this
if you
year.
can't change your dimensions within the same amount of years. Okay, so some fun facts about September 16th. In 1914, the
Are these
youngest...
from Quags?
No.
Okay.
The youngest manager in MLB history, Roger Peckinpah. He was 23 years old. He took over to finish the year, went 10-10 over the final 20 games. They're really bad. So 23-year-old manager, right? Now listen to this fun fact. In 1922, you're going to like this, Jake, so stay tuned.
I'm tuned.
1922, during a crucial series against the St. Louis Browns, Yankees outfielder Whitey Witt was hit in the head and knocked unconscious by a soda bottle thrown from the Sportsman Park bleachers while chasing a fly ball in the 9th inning, knocked unconscious. Follow-up.
Glass bottle.
Glass
probably,
bottle.
Right?
Yeah. American League President Ban Johnson initially offered a $1,000 reward for information about the bottle thrower, but later claimed Witt had stepped on the bottle and it flew up to hit him and had enough force, I guess, to knock him unconscious. The incident led to a ban on the sale of bottled drinks in ballparks. That was September 16th, 1922.
I'd have to watch the sports science episode on how Witterson was running to have a bottle kick up, hit him in the head so hard that it knocked him out.
I think that was a lie.
That feels like a lie. It
And-
sounds like his grandson hit him with the bottle and they had to cover it up or something.
Yeah, like whoever hit him in the head was important. Oh my goodness. Here's a...
Oh, no.
Beeps, you got to put this on screen.
Oh, boy.
You can dice it up if you need. Just Google, what did I Google? Google Whitey Witt bottle in the head, and it's a Reddit thread, and they have a picture of him getting carried off the field. And this is a must-see picture, And no way he stepped on a bottle and hit himself in the head like a rake in a Home Alone
This
movie.
is a story that changed over time.
Guy stepped on a bottle, ricochet, popped up, hit himself in the head, knocked him out.
That's just never happened. That's never happened. That's never happened.
It's never happened.
What's the article say there when you're reading it?
The article says, on the bottom, it says, carrying the injured Yankee outfielder are from left, Pip, New York first baseman, Williams, Browns left fielder, Ward, Yankee second baseman, and trainer, Wood of the Yanks. At the extreme left is Jacobson, center fielder of the Browns, and in the background appears to be the masked visage of umpire Evans.
Was that second baseman / trainer, or did you just keep it rolling? Again, these are different times.
Separate people.
Okay.
Looks like separate people.
Pip, New York first baseman, William, Browns left fielder, Ward, Yankee second baseman, trainer Wood of the Yanks.
Okay.
And the last sentence, Witt was knocked out by a battle thrown by a rabid rooter in the 9th inning.
Okay.
Rewards totaling $550 have been offered for the apprehension of the man who threw the bottle. $550 was no joke then.
That was real.
But then the commissioner said, no, actually, no one threw that bottle at all. He just stepped on it and flew up and hit himself in the head.
That's just a cover-up and a lie,
Yeah, I guess.
which we've covered on this episode.
I wonder why. Bob Musial moves to right field to center field because the game ended. The Yankees ended up winning that game 2-1.
Oh.
So that run really mattered. That's probably why they bottled them. Bob Shockey, 9 innings pitched, 1 earned run versus Urban Shocker, 9 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Wow, Bob Musial, 3 hits. Back-to-back Wallies in the Yankees lineup here. At first base, Wally Pip. Behind the dish, Wally Shang.
Wally. Welcome to Wallywood.
So that ends the show.
The show has ended.
Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.